Hello, my Gummy. Today we're going to be discussing whether or not you should give respect to the effort put into a resulting bad project. Well, this whole idea spurs out from the fact that I have been going around and hearing people oftentimes say, especially when they're about to critique something, when it comes to whether it be the review of a movie, game, TV show, etc., or when they're just particularly critiquing a project or the result of a project, they will oftentimes say, well, at least you gotta do is respect the effort.
Thing to say. And I don't believe any work of cinema should ever be labeled as the former based only on the quality. The Room is a pretty bad movie, but at least you can see that someone put real effort into it, and for that you can still respect it.
Note, Jason, or rather, the Gummy Bear King isn't trying to send hate, nor does he condone hate being sent against Flimento. He is simply using his video as an example to help bolster his point.
That often has made me question and wonder whether or not that should actually be the case. Now, of course, this is all my subjective opinion. If you feel differently, which over the course of this video, I'm assuming by the way that I personally discuss it, some people may end up disagreeing, and that's perfectly fine. Leave me your counterpoints and things of that nature down in the comments below. Now, granted, I'm not sitting here saying that anybody who works on a project or something like that is automatically deemed unrespectable. I'm not saying that at all. And I recognize that yes, effort does go into making something. However, I'm asking whether or not you should respect that. As when you look up the definition of respect, it speaks for a deep admiration. In fact, the very definition itself says, a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elated by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. But when you're looking at a product that has been objectively, by you anyway, because the opinions of course will be subjective, but in your case, you may have labeled out what you feel is an objective viewpoint, that the product itself, the resulting product that was produced, is crappy.
Note, Gummy Bear King is referring to looking at the result of a project and judging it off the basis of factual evidence presented, and showing the objective qualities that would point to the conclusive idea that the product is crap. However, his objective isn't to exclude the subjective from this. Rather, he is counting it as well.
Then how on earth would you have an inherent respect for it, or would even utter the idea that you should give respect for the quote-unquote effort and things of not that was put into it? For me personally, the idea really stems from the fact that I do not like to give out participation awards. Just because you worked on something doesn't mean that inherently I should offer you any praise or admiration because you've done something. Even the definition itself speaks to the idea that you only would give respect for an achievement. And so that's really where my point of contention comes from when it comes to this whole idea of giving somebody respect for a bad product. Because respect inherently invites something that is good, or good in nature. It is meant to boost something up because it has been shown to represent something that is good in its nature, or has a good value to it, not something that is inherently shit. You've achieved absolutely nothing by making a piece of crap. And so why should I respect the effort that went into it? I mean, I've been talking so much in the usage of the word. When I go and take a shit in the bathroom, do you respect me afterwards? Does anybody go and praise me? Should they be clapping because I sat down and take a shit? Absolutely not. And no one would give you respect for that. But according to how this idea operates, they should be giving me respect for it because, well, it took a lot of effort. I mean, the whole idea itself is something more equivalent to something that a child would come up with. But when you break down that context and push it away, the inherent example itself of should I be praised for just making shit still sticks. And the idea is, well, no. Which really could have been a short version of this video, but I decided to go the long route. It bothers me every time I hear it. Now, don't worry, it's not like every single solitary person utters the idea, and I'm just sitting here listening to every single solitary video or critique or something that is made against another product, and then they're constantly saying it. No, I'm just saying that when I have heard it, which has been enough times to where it has, been able to nag me to the point to where I am making myself a video critiquing the idea itself. All I'm saying is, in my personal opinion, the answer is no, and it kind of really just bothers me. And it's like, I really want to get, for anybody who feels this way, this discussion is more so of a question to invite some debate here. I really want to show why. please tell me down in the comments below why you just, quote-unquote, give awards for participation or respect the, quote-unquote, effort that went into making a pile of crap. I mean, no offense, if somebody tries to pass along the argument of feelings, well, I'm sorry, and I really hate to use this quote on you, but it works so well here.
These are facts, and facts don't care about your feelings.
Note, Gummy Bear King is not saying this to hate on or downplay anyone's feelings on the subject, but rather he's pointing out that he's specifically searching for responders to provide an objective argument rather than a subjective one, in regards to why someone should respect the effort put into a resulting bad product.
Exactly. I know some people are going to bring up the idea that, well, maybe there is something good in the product, right? And it's like, but it really goes past the point of what we're discussing here. Of course, you could respect that something that was good. Even then, you would hope that it falls within conditions of being an achievement or something that could at least fit the definition. I mean, I would hope, and sure, you could respect that, but at the end of the day, is that the overall summary of the product that was produced? I mean, I just don't really feel like there is an argument to be had for why you should. And I know my example was a little bit more crude and stuff, but I'm saying that people put effort into a lot of stuff. It doesn't mean that it inherently warrants respect. It's not an achievement when a 42-year-old man goes down and ties his shoes. That'd be different from a child or baby who has never worn shoes before, just learned about the concept of shoes, and is finally tying theirs for the first time. But you can understand the delineation between there, you can understand the difference. There's a 42-year-old man here who has had decades worth of experience when it comes to tying his shoes, and a babe who hasn't. So in a way, I would respect more so the baby, right, or the child, than I would the guy. I'm not going to sit there and clap for the guy just because he sat down and tied his shoes. However, I would clap for a child or baby and give respect to the effort in which it took in order to be able to produce the result of that product, because it warrants my respect. That's basically all I'm saying is, in my personal opinion, I don't think that people should be saying it, especially when you're about to critique or you are already critiquing something and then you just stop in the middle of it and say, well, I gotta give respect to the effort and stuff that went into it. When in reality, no, you do not. Anyway, like I said, I'm pretty much done. And I really want to know. That's really what this video is about, opening up the discussion on that. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.